Threatening Nigeria with Mote bombings, and Nigeria actually spanked Algeria to nil in AFCON quarterfinal. Would like to take your questions in the comment section. I have joining me via Zoom the maestro himself, Jide Kolade Otitoju. Good to see you, BKO.
Good to do this with you, Ibrahim. And I say good evening to our esteemed viewers and congratulations on the big win by the Super Eagles.
Absolutely. We'll definitely talk about it in the course of the program. Let us start off with Wike and Fubara's feud, because in River State's politics, a long-running feud between Nyesom Wike and the governor of River State, Fubara, has escalated to impeachment attempts. Without further ado, could you help us understand the renewed animosity between both of them, BKO?
Yes, we know that this issue is all about tussle for political control, tussle for power, and it is clear that despite the imposition of a state of emergency, which the president felt would help restore peace and political stability in the state and avoid a breakdown of peace, a breakdown of law and order, we are back to square one. We have fresh impeachment process being instituted against the governor of Rivers State as a result of the collapse of the truce that the president midwifed. And I think that it's a matter of regret, and it's a sign of the little respect that the combatants have for the president, that despite all the efforts that he made to bring about peace between these combatants, to resolve the differences between them, they are back sparring once again. So it's no doubt about it. The contest is a big battle for political control, and it is clear that both Nyesom Wike and the governor, as well as the assembly, it's like a tripod of combatants now, have really not forgiven one another. We've really not forgiven one another. We had the Speaker of the House of Assembly saying that the governor is a mistake, and he holds a lot of invectives, a lot of insults at the governor on the floor of the assembly on the day they decided to commence impeachment proceedings against the governor. I've never seen a Nigerian governor openly abused in a manner that you do not even talk to your own child, the way the assembly members attack the governor. You can institute impeachment proceedings. You can come up with offenses that you believe the governor has committed, but to go to that extent to abuse them, it shows that they too have absolutely no regard and no respect for the governor. And it is difficult for me to say the governor respects the House. There is a reluctance on the part of the governor to bring a list of appointees before them. There's a reluctance on his part. And when you behave in this manner, it suggests that you do not want to have anything to do with them. He had said before in the past that he could run the state without the assembly, and that the assembly looks relevant to the extent that he allows them to be relevant. There are so many things that this governor has said that you can hold against him, that he has no regard for the assemblymen. Now, what has worsened matters, in my view, were the comments being made by people outside of Rivers State. The comment by the secretary of the APC, who said that Wike should not meddle in the affairs of the APC. For me, I do not, if I were to answer a question that between the APC and the PDP, which one do you think Nyesom Wike is more loyal to? I would say without hesitation that Wike is more loyal to the APC. I would say without hesitation. I will not be a coward and imagine that because Wike says he's still in the PDP, his actions then show that, oh, he's in the PDP, he's not in the APC. I think he's far more in the APC than in the PDP. The local government elections saw the APC winning far more chairmanship positions than the PDP. And all of the people who won were people handpicked by Nyesom Wike. The chairman of APC in the state is his person. All of those who won those chairmanships were Wike's people. So how is he not a member of APC? The only reason you can say that it's not in the APC is because he has not officially picked the form of the APC, membership form. But he supported APC in the presidential election. He contributed to bring APC, bringing President Tinubu to power. And he has offered far more support to help the APC gain ascendancy than he has given to his so-called PDP. So with the structures of the APC firmly in his hands, firmly held by people who are loyal to him, his diehard supporters, with Wike and picking all of the people who are today APC, local government chairman of the APC, and the state chairman of the APC. How can anybody tell me that it does not belong to the APC? I will not agree. I will not agree. Yes, he has two legs in two different parties, but his bigger leg is in the APC. This is my argument. Now, the dilemma for the president is the president wants to win the Rivers State, the presidential election in Rivers State without any complaint. He wants to win it hands down. But he needs Fubara to make that happen. Fubara has the support of the ordinary people. They think that in this contest for power, that Fubara is the victim. And Nigerians like to side the underdog. So Rivers people are with Fubara in large numbers. The president wants to harvest that support that Fubara has in Rivers State. At the same time, he does not want to lose an ally like Jide Wike. But the moment Jide Wike saw that Fubara moved into the APC with the desire to be able to contest the election without Wike being in position to stop him, especially after he was said to have promised during a reconciliation meeting with the assembly members present, with Wike present, that he will not seek re-election. Going to the APC is meant to help him push aggressively to be able to contest for a second term without his boss breathing down his neck. The feeling out there is that Wike has unfinished business in the PDP. Therefore, he will not rush to go and join the APC like others are doing, which will give the governor ample time to be able to settle down and build his own core of loyalists, his own structures. Now the president has to find a way to bring this disagreement to an end. Both men, as usual, have been foolishly abusing one another. This is what they do all the time. Fubara once called Wike a rat eating the gari, which is a way of calling him a thief in public. Wike too has used all kinds of invectives against a man that he brought up politically, a man he put in the saddle at a time when so many people got up against him and said, look, this is a political upstart. Don't use him, don't field him. The president has a job to do, because at the end of the day, the president may be the big loser in this whole conflict. He knows that Wike has capacity. He knows that Wike can be fiercely loyal when he's on your side. So he does not want to lose such a person, especially with the elections just a little over a year away. He also knows that Fubara has tremendous support. In fact, if Fubara backs the president as he has promised to do, it means even Wike's enemies, people like Secondus, people like Omehia, people like Peter Odili, they are going to back the president because they are all with Fubara at this time. So it's a conflict that the president views as wrong in terms of his timing and in terms of the political implications. And that is why the president has waded in at this stage. Fubara has not said a word since the impeachment notice was served. Fubara has not said a word. He's been advised to keep quiet so that they can find a way to manage Wike and resolve the matter. And if the matter is resolved this time, it has to be conclusive. The people of Rivers State, these combatants, the House of Assembly, Jide Wike, Governor Simenalaye Fubara, need to stop heating up the politics by their needless conflict, name calling, and shameful exchange of insults in the public space. I agree with the Rivers State Elders Forum that impeachment should not be a tool for political vendetta and personal interest. And they are saying that the impeachment process will deepen political divide, erode public trust, and destabilize a state yet to recover from the imposition of emergency rule and disruptions to governance. I agree absolutely. I also agree that the assemblymen should reverse the decision to come up with emergency notice of impeachment against the governor. So they should instead prioritize peace, stability, and the collective interest of the state. I believe that at this time, an impeachment of Governor Fubara is not necessary. The um, political contest for machineries of the state and key appointments also need to come to an end. But I know that they will not just back off unless they are spoken to. And the president and his minders need to move quickly to have this matter resolved. Once they are given assurances, I believe that a political solution will happen. I'm confident that this matter will not get to the point of impeachment. The matter can be handled and politically resolved, especially as we are closing in on another election. So I agree with the elders that the impeachment is not necessary at this time. But I believe that the governor also needs to be spoken to, use stoop to conquer. Fubara's political naivety is there for all to see. The same man who told us that, do you think I want to go back there? Can't you see the way I'm looking, that I look better now that I'm out of that office? There are some things that you don't say. Now the same man wants a second term. He desperately wants a second term. But he had told us that he was tired of the place, that he feels better outside of the government house. So he has to watch his utterances. He has to also do better in terms of managing people. Many governors who were in this kind of situation before found a way to reach out and get the lawmakers on their side. I always talk about Governor Chimaroke Namani. He got the lawmakers of Enugu State on his side, and he defeated his godfather, Jim Onwobodo, with whom he had a very bitter battle in 1999. The rest is history. He ended up spending 2 terms in office, and peace was restored. Fubara can do better.
That's right.
Can do better. He will benefit from real training politically, which will guide his actions, which will guide his choices. For now, he's a very, very politically naive governor, and it shows in terms of the way he's handling the state and the people who are fighting him.
That's right. Let me take some comments. We have Shinedu after we say that this week, this weekend and Fubara fight is no longer politics, it's personal. Rivers people are just collateral damage. Lisa Sule says federal intervention was necessary. Rivers was drifting into chaos. Governance must continue. And Kabiru Musa says Tinubu stepping in saved the state from the total breakdown. People shouting federalism don't understand crisis. Okay, because of our time, let us move on to the other topic, which is Donald Trump, as the U.S. President Donald Trump has publicly warned that the United States might carry out more military strikes in Nigeria if attacks on Christians continue. He has also portrayed violence in Nigeria as primarily targeting Christians, the position that Nigerian authorities and independent data challenged. With recent happenings in Venezuela, especially with Trump saying that he's largely interested in oil. Is there any justification for a second or continuous US strike on the Nigerian sovereign nation?
Now, I am very happy about one thing, Ibrahim. Trump, for the first time, has admitted that Muslims too are being killed in Nigeria. The impression given all along was that, oh, these killings were concentrated on a particular faith. And I said, even as a Christian, I feel uncomfortable with that blatant lie. And in many parts of our country, far more Muslims were being killed by by um, by terrorists, especially in the northeast, where we have um, an overwhelming population of Muslims. Last October, Masat Boulos, Donald Trump's senior advisor for Arab and African affairs, said Boko Haram and ISIS were killing more Muslims than Christians. Trump was confronted just a few days ago. He was asked about what his advisor said. And Trump said, I think that Muslims are being killed also. But he then added that uh, more Christians were being killed. Clearly, it's been misled to have to have this notion. We are not in the business of counting how many Christians are being killed, how many Muslims are being killed. What we are saying is that in Nigeria, the terrorists do not know gender, do not know ethnicity, do not know religion. They kill people without asking. They don't want to know whether you are a Muslim. They take people's lives. In the where a lot of banditry takes place. Banditry is far more prevalent in the northwest of our country than in the north central than in other parts of the country. An overwhelming majority of people from the northwest Muslim. So I'm happy that Trump, for the first time, admitted that Muslims are being killed in our country. But what he's saying is that if the killing of Christians continue, he will have no hesitation to launch another attack. He said, I'll love to make it a one-time strike. But if they continue to kill Christians, it will be a many-time strike. That was what it posted, you know. He has vowed to help Nigeria wipe out these terrorists who are taking the lives of our people. And I have to say that the Nigerian government has consistently maintained that it is not true, that it is not offering protection to Christians. One thing that I'm happy about is that there's a lot of cooperation going on now between Nigeria and the Americans. The attitude is changing gradually, and you can see that we are now in the realm of cooperation rather than the fighting language that we were using against one another. I think that the two countries are now working very hard, especially in the area of intelligence gathering, which we believe will help our armed forces to locate the precise location of terrorists so that they can take them out. The attack that Donald Trump launched, in my view, certainly strengthens us in the insurgency war, because it sends the right signal to these terrorists that the activities will not be tolerated. And for so long, um, they've gotten away with blue murder. But this time around, they can see that Nigeria is getting international support in the desire to exterminate them. I'm convinced that the cooperation has led to enhanced surveillance of the Nigerian territory, as well as our borders, which will help us to know where exactly these guys are and know what to do with them. So Trump has said that he will not tolerate the Islamic State and Boko Haram having a foothold in Nigeria, other parts of the world. So he's giving us support. And I believe that this cooperation will also lead to America selling grade A weapons to us. They once sold the Tucano jets to us, but what we have is not enough. We still need ground attack helicopters. We still need reconnaissance aircraft, and we still need fighter jets and other munitions and weapons that can help us turn the tide in this war. We can all see how America and NATO weapons have helped Ukraine to stay the course. If they had not supported Ukraine, by now Russia will have declared victory. Russia will have overrun that country. But the weapons supplied Ukraine have helped to largely Russia.
Okay.
Russia has not declared victory. Have not been able to declare victory. So I believe that people talk about sovereignty, that they shouldn't have attacked shouldn't have attacked targets in Nigeria. They are just being hypocritical. The Lakurawas who have come into Nigeria to kill our people, they are not Nigerians. They originally came from Mali. Why are people not talking about? Why are they not talking about sovereignty when international terrorists come into Nigerian territory to kill innocent Nigerians? So people like Sheikh Gumi, who described those who supported the airstrikes as stupid and misguided, need to look at themselves in the mirror. Sheikh Gumi says a lot of nonsense. He is the one who is misguided. He is the one who is misguided. Nigerians who want these terrorists defeated because they are tired of losing their lives needlessly to terrorists. They are not misguided. They want to win the war. And they believe that if America continues to support us the way that it is doing, it will help us to achieve ultimate victory. So people like Sheikh Gumi are the ones who are misguided, not the innocent Nigerians who are happy that somebody is lending a hand to us in the war against insurgency.
Absolutely. Interesting conversation. Let me take some comments concerning the Donald Trump's bid to wanting to target Nigeria. We have Sadi Abubakar saying that threatening Nigeria like we are a playground. This is disrespectful. Michael Joe says Trump sees Africa as a movie scene, always dramatic, really accurate. And Daniel Thompson says the US should help with intelligence, not missiles. Alima Sadiq says Nigeria has security problems. Yes. but we are not a failed state that needs foreign bombs. Peter Johnson says Trump talking about bombing Nigeria like it's a video game is dangerous rhetoric. And Ralph Oloruda says this is a more balanced view than your initial reaction on JH. This is what good journalism is all about. Okay. We also have okay, I think we need to move on because of our time. It's a congratulatory how do I say, mood for the Nigerian AFCON. I mean, Nigeria, because we controlled the match after the break. Osimhen's header and Adams finish came after Nigeria imposed a high pressure, high possession game that Algeria struggled to contain. Mikhail, from a tactical perspective, how does this performance reflect Nigeria's evolution under coach Eric Schell, especially considering the goals were clinical and timely?
Yes, we did not only win, we won very well. In a long time, I've not seen the Nigerian national team, the Super Eagles, play so well, dominate the opponent in every department as they did today. And it reinforces the opinion that I expressed on Journalist Hangout yesterday, that Nigerian teams have this way of improving with every game when they are playing a tournament, because they benefit from greater teamwork, playing together, for like 2 weeks, training together. They get to understand each other very well. We dominated the game. We did not give them a sniff at our goal area. It was a fantastic team performance by the Super Eagles. Look at Abraham's Akos second goal. The penetrating pass. The one-touch beautiful football that Alex Iwobi has been playing in this tournament. It's an unsung hero. When the coach of Nigeria felt that that was not, I felt that that was not, I felt that that was not a good opinion expressed by the coach. But Iwobi shut up his critics, including me today, by putting on a 5-star performance. It was a rock star performance that I put up today. And we dominated the game in every way. I was really proud to be a Nigerian, seeing us beat one of the strongest sides in Africa, a team that many see as Nigeria's bogey team, because they've beaten us silly in the past. In 1990, they beat us 5-1 in this same competition, and then beat us in the final of the competition 1-0. So this team stopped us from qualifying for the 1982 World Cup after we beat them 3-0 in the final of the Nations Cup hosted by Nigeria. So I didn't expect our team to play this well, but they've shown that they are improving with every game, and Eric Schell has to take the plaudits. He is yet to lose a competitive game within regulation time as coach of Nigeria. He continues to do well as coach of Nigeria. He came in at a time when all hopes were lost, and he tried his best. He almost qualified us for the World Cup. So he's doing very well as a foreign coach from Mali. He's doing very well. And I didn't like the fact that some yellow cards were flashed at the faces of Nigerian players. Nwabali, needlessly got a yellow card. That's our coach. I mean, our goalkeeper. He will not play the next match. I mean, I don't think Nigeria will lose sleep over that because not many people are even comfortable with Nwabali in the first place. And of course, our captain, Wilfred Dede, he also got a yellow card. He's going to miss the next match. Again, we have good coverage in midfield. So our team has all it takes to progress this competition and probably win it. I have read the coach of Burkina Faso saying that Nigeria was his favorite team and that he thinks that the Nigerian team is the best in this tournament and should win. But our coach is deflecting all that pressure away from him by saying, look, we are not thinking of winning. The Eagles are not thinking of winning. But even if you say you are not thinking of winning, and the results point in the direction of maybe ultimately lifting the trophy, I think you are not, if you get to the final, even if you don't win, Nigerians will know that this team has done well. But remember the Cote d'Ivoire team, it played badly in the earlier phases of the tournament. We even beat them, but that same team wobbled and fumbled into the final, and it won the tournament. So surprises happen in football. Yes, we missed the chance to qualify for the World Cup, but we can actually appease ourselves. We can actually compensate for that by going ahead to win this competition. We have talents across that team in midfield, in defense, in attack. We have talents. The three-man front line of Osimhen, Lookman, and Akko are any coach delights. Individually, they are very brilliant and they are good finishers. The three of them. You can see what Akko does in his team, Sevilla. Before this match, Algeria had not considered any goal. We all thought that, it would be difficult to breach that defense. Even Mikel was warning the team that the Algerian team was very aggressive. But we saw today that Luka Zidane, the 27-year-old son of one of the greatest footballers ever, Zinedine Zidane, alias Zizou, was had to pick the ball 2 times from his net today. And his father, Zinedine Zidane, who was born of Algerian parents, was watching from the stands. Lucas Zidane has 3 nationalities: French, Algerian, and Spanish. Today was a bad day for him, having not considered any goal in this tournament. But Nigeria are the biggest scorers, they are the greatest scorers in this competition. So it's not surprising that a team that had not considered any goal in the tournament eventually considered 2 goals to the highest scoring team in the tournament. So kudos to our team. Congratulations to the Nigerians generally. Congratulations for this performance, for the progress we are making in the tournament. And I hope that politicians would put needless pressure on them.
What we say, this is the most composed Super Eagles I've seen in years. No panic, no rush, it's just football with sense. Osimhen is the gift to Nigeria. Fatima Bello says Algeria didn't even look like Algeria today. Nigeria controlled that game from start to finish, well deserved. Someone Adebayo says, please let us respect our coach now. The tactics were clear. Press high, force mistakes, strike fast, it worked. Hassan Lawal says the midfield area was a real engine room. Quiet, efficient, deadly. And a blessing way says, I screamed when the first goal went in. This team is giving me hope again. Rashida Sadiq is saying that Nigeria has been triumphing now, and no one is saying congratulations to Tinubu. Or if it is failing, they will say Tinubu has brought bad luck. Where did you go again? Now, Tunde Ajayi says Super Eagles are finally playing like a unit and not like 11 stars arguing on the pitch. Amina Yusuf says, part of them, but please, no overconfidence. Morocco will not be this forgiving. Let me take this last comment. Brick House Capital says, BKO, Nigeria's #1 journalist, keep up the great work. We are all proud of your balanced and non-biased approach to journalism. God bless you. God bless you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me see if I can skip it. What's it called? I can chip in one question, as we call it, a wrap. We know that Algeria has historically beaten Nigeria in recent big games, including in AFCON and World Cup qualifiers. Should we temper this victory by noting the historical context? That rivalry swings both ways. And question if this was purely Nigerian brilliance or Algeria's underperformance.
Well, you see, when you get your tactics right in football, it will seem as if the opponent does not know how to play football. This Algerian team is good. Mikel Obi was full of praise for them. They were the ones who beat the team that eliminated us from the World Cup playoffs, Congo. That same Congolese team beat Cameroon easily. By dominating the game before they now met Nigeria and outplayed us and defeated us by penalties and stopped our hope, crushed our hope of qualifying for the World Cup. That we played well, we dominated them in the way that we have done, does not make them a bad team. As I said, if you get your tactics right, of course, the opponent will look bad. I've seen that happen. When Manchester United defeated Arsenal 4-0, Arsene Wenger said, no, this is just a one-off. It doesn't stop Arsenal from winning the next game against the same team. So we see these things happen. Football is dynamic. Football can be very interesting. As we have seen today, Algeria was made to look really, really terrible. But they are not a weak side. If they were weak, they wouldn't have reached the quarterfinals. They wouldn't have reached the quarterfinal. And they beat a team that we all thought was very strong. They beat a team that had beaten us before. So I think we should give them credit. A team that had not conceded any goal until they met us. You know? So we need to give them credit and not begin to think, oh, it's because Algeria was not good or they didn't turn up for the party. I think we set up the team. The Nigerian team was set up in the right way. Let's give the coach credit. Let's give him his flowers.
That's right. Well, interesting stuff. Personal analysis. We have okay. All right, that's about it for the program today. That's our show for today's edition of Issues with Jide. Special thanks to you, Baba Jide Kolade Toju, for those insightful analyses as always.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you to our viewers. Thank you for sticking with us, despite the fact that we had to move the program to 7 p.m. to enable you savor the fantastic performance of the Super Eagles, you still waited, to do this with us. Thank you so much for your loyalty. Thank you for your support for
Yeah.
us.
Matter of fact, we have over 1,000 watching us live as we speak, and that's a show that we have a whole lot of people who are joining the show this time. Thank you so much, Mikhail. Thank you to our audience for keeping our company on every edition. You can see the program again anytime by subscribing to our YouTube channel, TVC News Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button to get the latest information. You can also follow us on our social media platforms, TVC News NG. I'm at Ibrahim_Shita. On behalf of the rest of the team, I'm Ibrahim Shita. See you again next edition. Bye for now.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.